Hey, thanks for stopping by and learning a little bit more about BrewPastors and our Bridge campaign. I'm guessing that somebody probably shared this video with you, and it's probably because they're excited about what's going on, and likely as not, they're involved also. They could be a local brew pastor with us. They could be somebody who attends one of our brew groups, men's groups, women's groups, co-ed groups, things like that. It could be that they volunteer under the tent at one of our community events. They could have been somebody who supported us financially, and quite honestly, it could be somebody, and we've helped many people in the community that we've just walked with through their difficult times. Could be just any one of those things or all of them. But thanks for coming out. You know, quite simply, brew pastors love God and love people, and they care deeply about our community. People like yourself and others that are just, I don't know anybody that's not going through something, right? But sometimes when we hit rock bottom, when we face challenges in life, they need somebody to kind of walk with them through it and be there for them, have a listening ear and encourage them, pray with them, and maybe connect with them and just kind of walk with them through life's challenges. So just a little bit about some background and how things got started. Personally, I went through a very difficult time back in 2019, and as I got through that and as I got back on my feet, I would walk up to a table. It was like a little mini focus group, right? I would walk up to a table of people I didn't know inside one of the local breweries or pubs, and I would just ask them, like, hey, where do you turn when you're going through a difficult season of life? And I'd say, hey, you know, would one of your options be to maybe go to the local church on a Sunday morning, maybe try to set an appointment later that week? And honestly, it just wasn't an option for most people. They just didn't feel comfortable with that. That wasn't something they were looking to do. And so I suggested, well, let me throw this idea out at you. What if we would meet you where you are, right? And we would just come out to the brewery and pub and sit there and listen, maybe have a listening ear, and really just encourage you and pray with you and begin to understand what you're going through, and then walk with you through it. You know, brew pastors, we don't pretend to be something that we're not, right? We're not necessarily professional counselors, right? Most brew pastors are not ordained pastors. You know who they are? Again, we're just people who love God, love people, and really care about our community. So a little bit about what's been going on, right? The last 4 years, it's been nothing short of amazing. You know, it started back in October of 2020. We launched the website. Nobody knew about us. I was the only face on the website. I'm just ready to meet people and help them. And you know, today we've got over 10,000 people have visited our website. Many have set appointments and sought help through our site. Volunteer-wise, we have 33 brew pastors, nearly 70 volunteers overall. So we're a 501c3 and we're registered with the IRS. So we file a filing every year, just like every other nonprofit. But volunteers are really the lifeblood of our organization, just like anybody. Almost 70 volunteers that have been a part of something, whether it's a community event or serving on a team, whether that's our lead team, our outreach team. We have a finance team and even a governance team and a prayer team. And so we're really building the infrastructure of an organization that's prepared to grow and expand. And I can't wait to tell you more about that. A couple other little things. Our brew groups are just really growing. We have men's groups, women's groups, co-ed groups. And I tell you what, we have them kind of popping up in different parts of the Canton area and starting to see them in other areas in the country as well. Last year we had about a dozen brew groups that met over a couple, 100 times throughout the year. We had nearly 150 people participating in those groups. We've had a bunch of one-on-one conversations with people. I think we were approaching 250 last year. Just people we sat down like this, maybe enjoyed a beverage and just listened to what they're going through and tried to walk with them through it. And so just so much going on. It's been an amazing season of growth, and we can't wait to share with you what's coming next. So where do we go from here? Couldn't be more excited to share with you. We're putting together what's called the Bridge campaign, right? And the goal of the Bridge campaign is to create a mission hub. This mission hub is kind of a virtual team, a support structure, if you will, that'll help us not only support the BrewPastors community here in the Canton area, but it'll position us well with systems and structure as we begin to expand into other cities and other states, other markets. And God's already at work, and we're just trying to keep up with Him, quite honestly. It's exciting. But it includes different things. So I'll just give you a quick run through. Some of what we're looking to add to the team here is, one, we need a part-time, what we're calling BrewPastor liaison. And this person will help kind of work with the different BrewPastors, whether it's setting appointments or updating things about their brew group, being able to log in and download different information. But the BrewPastors will gain a little bit more support. Our social media, our website, we would like to add a CRM system that basically this person would also help with to keep track of everybody that we're meeting and make sure nobody's slipping through the cracks. We really want to make sure we're being good stewards of those that God is sending our way to help. We want to do some digital marketing, some advertising to let people know we exist and that more and more people can get the help that they need. We also look to enhance our website. One of the things we want to do is when somebody comes to the site, they're able to actually search and find specific help. So if they're going through something, say, in their marriage or something related to a medical issue, they could actually search for that specific thing, find that right brewpastor who's maybe been through that, been a part of that, had experience in that, and then get connected in that way. Sometimes when we meet with people, we learn about situations they're going through. Sometimes a little bit of financial assistance is helpful, right? And so the Blessing Fund is something where our brewpastors, when they run into a situation where somebody has a need, we can help them out. And they fill out an application, we have a process it goes through, and we're hopeful then to be able to help them. We've already done some of that. We're putting some other guidelines in place, but it's a big part of our heart is to be able to help them really holistically, whatever's going on in their life. And so we want to be able to do that. Outside of that, we do have some other things that we want to put together. Like we really want to put together a field guide for our brewpastors. We've learned so much over the last 4 years, and we don't ever want to lose our organic, kind of authentic, intimate ministry side of who we are, but at the same time we know that the field guide can serve as a reference book or a practical guide, if you will, for some best practices and things that maybe they didn't anticipate. And as we grow and as we move beyond Canton, we think that's going to be really important as well. Hey, thanks so much for being with us and for hanging in there and listening a little bit about BrewPastors and our Bridge campaign. God is doing some amazing things, and we really hope you'll be a part of it too.